For decades, The Price is Right has remained one of television's most enduring and beloved game shows, blending high-stakes pricing games with the infectious enthusiasm of contestants eager to come on down. However, even the most devoted fans have pointed out a particular segment of the show that consistently dulls the excitement: the Showcase Showdown. While the climactic final segment, where two contestants bid on extravagant showcase packages, is meant to be the grand finale, many fans feel the preliminary, necessary steps to get there often drag the pace down, calling it boring and anticlimactic. The build-up: why the showdown falls flat. The criticism isn't aimed at the final bidding round itself, but rather at the repetitive sequence that leads up to the two finalists facing off. To determine which contestant will move on to the grand finale showcase, the three remaining players from the main pricing games must participate in the Showcase Showdown, which involves spinning the big wheel. Here is the precise sequence of events that fans find tedious. First spin. The first contestant spins the big wheel, aiming to get as close to $1 as possible without going over. Second spin, if needed. If the first contestant gets a total under $1, they usually elect to spin a second time to improve their score. Second contestant spins. The second contestant takes their turn, attempting to beat the current high score. If they tie or exceed the high score without going over $1, they earn the right to advance or make the next contestant spin again. Third contestant spins. The third contestant attempts to beat the current leader score. The entire process, which is repeated in the middle and at the end of every episode, often takes up considerable screen time and rarely provides the adrenaline rush of a pricing game like Plinko or Cliffhangers. The fan frustration, time, and repetition. Across social media platforms and fan forums, viewers have been vocal about their desire to see this segment streamlined or replaced entirely. It takes up too much time. The biggest complaint centers on the time consumption. An 8-minute segment dedicated to 3 people spinning a large wheel, interspersed with cheers, interviews, and potential bonus spins for landing exactly on $1, is viewed as unnecessary padding in a 1-hour show. Fans argue that this time could be better used to feature more of the classic pricing games, extra one-bid items for contestants in Contestants Row, more time for host Drew Carey to interact with the audience and contestants. It's too repetitive and luck-based. Unlike the pricing games, which require some degree of knowledge about retail values, the big wheel is almost entirely a game of pure luck. While a contestant can strategically choose whether to spin a second time, the outcome of the spin itself is random. The repetition of the same motions, the spin, the score reveal, and the subsequent higher or lower strategy from the next contestant, multiple times per episode, leads to viewer fatigue. I get why they need a showdown, but seriously, the wheel spins are just a snooze fest, one viewer commented online. I find myself fast-forwarding through that whole segment just to get to the actual showcase bids. Another fan added, "It's the most boring part. It's the same thing every time, and unlike guessing prices, there's no skill involved. Just spin, wait, and see if you get lucky." The purpose of the big wheel. While the criticism and the fanfare and the thrill of the potential bonus remain, the general consensus among the dedicated fan base is that the time taken for the Showcase Showdown process could be significantly condensed to maintain the energetic pace that defines The Price is Right. Would you like to know which classic pricing game has been retired from The Price is Right?